This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Tonight, we're learning more about a mother and her 4 children who died in a Ferguson house fire. The mom was not only an urban farmer and author, she was also an educator and actress. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Those who knew the mother, Bernadine Birdie Prusner, are mourning the loss of her and her children. A 2-year-old, a 6-year-old, and 9-year-old twins. The fire happened Monday on North Clay Avenue in Ferguson, and that's where our Justina Coronel is live tonight. Justina.
Mike and Kelly, crime scene tape just came down a few hours ago, and in front of this home there are 2 teddy bears placed in front following this horrific tragedy. Now, police believe that this fire appears to be suspicious. Now, family confirms to us that Bernadine Birdie Prusner and her 4 children, 2-year-old Millie, 6-year-old Jackson, and 9-year-old twin girls Ellie and Ivy died in that fire. Lewis and Clark University confirmed Prusner was an assistant professor and coordinated the child development and education programs. They said she brought in energy and illuminated such a bright light of positivity. I've also learned Prusner was an urban farmer, author, actress, and animal lover. Today I spoke to the owner of a St. Louis animal talent company who knew Prusner by hiring her animals for some commercial work. She said Prusner was a wonderful friend and person.
And not just Birdie, but her 4 wonderful children as well. And they were every bit as gifted as she was. Everything that she did was just really remarkable. There was nothing that she couldn't do. And really just a shining example of how to be, how to live the ultimate life.
Today, we did ask police more questions on why they believe this fire appears to be suspicious. They said they hope to share more information tomorrow on the cause of the fire. Reporting in Ferguson, Justina Coronel, 5 on your side.
Now to another fire that happened in St. Charles today. 2 people were killed when flames raced through an apartment complex this morning. And tonight we've learned the names of the elderly couple who died.
It happened at the Sherman Square apartments. That's on Sherman Drive near I-70. 5 on your side's Annie Krall has been on the scene most of the day. What's the latest, Annie?
Well, exactly. We have been here, as you said, Kelly, at the Sherman Square apartments in St. Charles. In fact, we've been speaking with police, we've been speaking with fire crews, and the American Red Cross plus neighbors. It was a heartbreaking scene here just before noon as people were still arriving to the apartment complex, crying out in agony. As we now learned, it was a husband and wife who were killed in this latest fire. St. Charles police now confirming it was 78-year-old Mary Martin and her 79-year-old husband, Richard Martin, who were killed in Tuesday morning's apartment complex fire. Crews responded around 6:30 a.m. to Sherman Square apartments with fire alarms blaring.
And I didn't think anything of it because they're doing remodeling, but then the cops start banging on our door and telling us, hurry, there's an active fire, get out. So I just had to grab the kids, the cat, and get out.
Heavy smoke coming out the front door. Police were able to
verbally make contact with the victims prior to our arrival, but between them making contact and when we arrived on the scene, that apartment was fully engulfed in flames.
Survivors were able to escape through the main door and back of the 2-story complex, which has a basement. Fire crews laddered the back of the building, rescuing people off a balcony. The 2 people who died lived on the main floor. Their neighbor, Willie Jackson, saying,
So I know that elderly couple that lives there. They always come in and out. They typically may need some help with some groceries, or sometimes I may hold the door for them. But we see them. They've been living there for a while now.
One firefighter was taken to the hospital with a possible leg injury, but is recovering. Some pets are also safe now from the flames. The American Red Cross handed out supplies and helped people find a place to stay the night.
They're all devastating, whether the house is completely gone or whether it's smoke inhalation or just the insides. It's a tragedy.
Now, the St. Charles Fire Department tells me they are still unsure what the cause of this fire was, though they are continuing to investigate. We will keep you updated on air and online at ksdk.com. Reporting live in St. Charles, Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
A man is now in custody after gunshots led to an hours-long standoff. It started just after 7 this morning on Albion Place in South St. Louis. U.S. Marshals say the man involved violated the terms of his bond in a federal case. They were at the home serving a warrant when this all started. The man surrendered to police just before noon, and we're told no one was injured.
Tonight, police are searching for a driver who hit and killed a man in South St. Louis County. It happened on McKenzie Road last night in Afton. Police have identified the victim as 74-year-old William Starr, who lived in the area. Anyone with information is asked to call police. You can leave an anonymous tip by calling Crime Stoppers 866-371-TIPS.
Tomorrow, the Francis Howell School District will have remote learning for the second day in a row. District leaders tell us there have been some network outages. It's causing problems with computer systems used for teaching and for security. Experts are looking into what happened, and they're trying to fix the problem. If it's not fixed by tomorrow evening, students could be learning remotely for the rest of the week. Right now, demolition is underway for a row of vacant, rundown buildings that have been an eyesore in South St. Louis for decades. City officials made the call for an emergency demolition to clear the properties and prepare them for a new development.
5 on your side's Mercedes McKay spoke with neighbors who say this is a long time coming.
Crews continue to work on this nearly 24 hours after the demolition began, as you can see behind me here. I spoke with several neighbors in the area, and all of them told me they're happy to see these buildings go. As demolition began Monday afternoon, it was a victory for the city and the neighborhood. St. Louis officials made the decision after the stretch of 7 buildings sat vacant for years along Oakland and South Kingshighway, thousands passing by the eyesore daily. City Hall determined they were a threat to public safety and believe with the demolition, they are sending a message that a new page is turning. Neighbors are hopeful that will be the case.
They've been saying they want to do something with them for years, and they just, over the years, looked worse and worse, and they kept on having these different plans for them.
The big questions for several neighbors here is what comes next? Well, 5 on your side is told that the hopes will be a new apartment complex will be built. In St. Louis, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
Today, the fabulous Fox Theater announced its 2024-25 Broadway series, and it is packed with musicals never performed on the Fox stage. The series kicks off September 28th with Back to the Future, the musical. And here's a look at the rest of the lineup. There's A Beautiful Noise, Some Like It Hot, and Juliet, and more. Theater lovers can also enjoy returning classics like Six, which the Fox says sold more tickets here than in most other cities it toured.
It's good.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's good.
I have to see that then. Season tickets go on sale May 10th, and tickets for individual shows will go on sale later.
Coming up, an update tonight on the deadly mass shooting after the Chiefs parade, the new charges that just dropped in the last few hours.
Plus, he was wrongfully identified as the Kansas City shooter. Now he's trying to clear his name, how this massive mistake started.
There's a fun accessory that can add some bling to the inside of your car. We verify claims that it can also impact your ignition.
And it's February, but feels like spring. 67 today, 65 now at St. Louis City SC. The match starts at 7 o'clock, about 54 degrees. Much more on that chance of hearing some thunder coming up.